So, is Aquaman just a film of popcorn maybe movie or something more?
What do you think? I certainly don't. You
Your
don't.
opinion?
No, I think there's. I mean, it's certainly a huge blockbuster, and I certainly think people will enjoy their popcorn. That's maybe more of a comment on the popcorn than the movie. But I think that I think there's a lot of heart in the story too, and I think that's what sets it up from the beginning in such a great way when you see Nicole Kidman come on screen, and spoiler alert, and you see very quickly the tone of the film, that it's funny and it's very tongue-in-cheek, but there's some nice messages in it as well.
What's the basic point of this film?
Basic point of the film? Oh boy, the point of the movie. I mean, the point of any movie, let's start with just being entertaining and being an escape. And I think what's fun about the character, and I think great comics over the years, whether it's the bullying in Spider-Man in high school, or Captain America needing a voice of reason and hope coming out of World War II, Superman being a savior for us, and Aquaman. There's a real message in a lot of his comics about ocean preservation, and Aquaman being a guy that doesn't belong in either world, and trying to what that's like to fit in, to feel different. That's Aquaman's storyline, his journey about becoming a hero, and Orm is trying to help his world from the pollution that has destroyed it over centuries. So he's a very angry guy.
Last years we have many superheroes in movies. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement. There have been a lot of superhero movies, yeah.
How's that? Do you believe it's something like a crash test between Marvel and DC Comics?
No, I don't think there's any sort of. I think that's more of a comment on the studio system, or on movies, that the reason what movies sell. I think there's also been a lot of horror movies, and genre movies sell. So, I play in both worlds. They don't make a lot of sort of mid-level movies anymore, studios, so it's easier for them to sort of latch on to tentpole movies and things that can really get behind. A familiar, comics have been a huge part of the movie industry for the past probably 15 years. So, yeah, I think there's a number of things at play there.
And who's your favorite superhero? Not only for DC Comics and from Marvel, maybe.
I mean, my favorite always has been Superman. I'd love to say some little random Blue Beetle or something that people don't know so well, but it really always comes back to him, and probably because that's, you're defined by things that you saw as a kid or read as a kid, and I didn't read a lot of comics, but seeing the first Superman movie was a pretty big deal for me. So that's really never left me, thinking about Christopher Reeve.
Don't you work something right now?
Yes, I just wrapped the Battle of Midway, and we'll do Conjuring 3 in the spring, and hopefully nothing in between, but we'll see. I work when either I want to or they want me to. It just kind of depends on the project.